Hi guys, I'm going to show you something in Photoshop that I don't really agree with, but it's pretty much every image you see on every poster, in every magazine, on TV. When you see photographs that have been edited and made to look as perfect as possible. And I think this is a real problem in society at the moment where we're constantly looking at images of people, either through social media, things like Instagram, or just through the mass media, through TV and newspapers and magazines. But it tends to be that they've been edited, and Photoshop is really, really helpful to do that. So I want to show you the skill, even though I don't really agree with it. And this is often referred to as airbrushing. And the way that I'm going to show you this is I've got a photo from the internet. I've just downloaded a picture of a person from the internet. And what someone would do who's kind of working for a magazine is they would give this to a Photoshop expert and they'd say, right, I've got this photo that I want to use in a magazine and I want you to make her look as perfect as possible. And so they would remove the imperfections in this person and they would start with the skin for this photograph. And there's a tool here called the spot healing brush. And the way that the spot healing brush works is that you can change the size of the brush and then it will look at the pixels around the pixels that you've clicked on and it will essentially blur them together to make something disappear. So this girl here has got a mole on her right chin here, on her right cheek, and I can make this brush bigger and I can make it smaller, and the way that I'm doing that, you can see the number changing up here in the top corner. I could click on here and change the size of it, but actually I'm doing the quick way, which is square brackets button. Click on the left hand square bracket to make it smaller and the right hand square bracket to make it bigger, and as long as I've got that kind of in there and then I click, my magic spot healing brush tool will just make that completely disappear. And there's something going on down here on her chin here. I can do it here and here and maybe here, get rid of some of these freckles and chicken pox marks and things like that, and all of a sudden that's already starting to have a bit of an impact just from the little changes that I'm doing there with that tool. So that's a very, very quick and easy tool to do this. But what I'm going to show you here is a slightly different approach, a much more sophisticated one, which builds on some of the things that I've shown you already in terms of the layers and things like that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a copy of this whole layer and I'm going to go to the layer menu and I'm going to duplicate. Duplicate means make a copy of, and it's calling it background copy, so I'll go with that for now. There we go. So I've got two versions of the same layer, one on top of another. And what I'm going to do with this now is I'm going to apply a blur to it. And the way that I apply a blur is using the filter, blur, and then it's a Gaussian blur that I'm going to apply to it. Now, these blurs, they operate in pixels, and the more blurry you make it, so this one's blurring at 56 pixels, it kind of gets ridiculous where you can't even see what it is. And if you pull it down too much, then it doesn't really have any impact whatsoever anyway. But if you slowly creep that up, what we're looking for is, ignore kind of the eyes and the hair and things like that, just look at the skin, and you're looking for the most perfect skin. So if you go down like that, we can see lots of different discolour and different colour in her skin there, whereas if we blur it a little bit more, we can kind of make a skin look quite perfect. So keep going, and it looks to me like it's around about here, really. It's about as good as it's going to get. If we go too far, it just looks silly, but if we keep it about here, that doesn't look too bad. So we'll keep it around 5 pixels on mine. It might be different on yours. Click on OK. Now, obviously, this is not a good picture here. But what if I could bring those eyes back, and her nose and her mouth and her hair perfect to how they were previously, whilst keeping this nice smooth skin? Well, that's very easy for us to do. We can just delete these parts of this layer, the blurred layer on top. So what I might do now is I might double click on this and put blurred layer there. And then I'm going to use my eraser tool. I can use my square brackets again to make that smaller or bigger. And I can use this now and just delete part of this, so to bring that eyebrow back. I might want to go much bigger when I'm over here on the hair, just to bring all of that back in, like that. So bring all of this hair in here. And you can see how having the square brackets to quickly change your brush size is really, really helpful, because you can quickly get that hair back. Down here with this huge brush, that's good. And then really going for the detail now on these eyes, so bring those eyes back. And all I'm doing is I'm just deleting this blurred layer that sits on top of the original photo, so I'm letting the original photo come through. And if I compare the two, in a second, once I've got a bit more of these eyeballs back, and I'm doing this in a very rushed way, but you might want to take a little bit more time over it and make it look a bit better. Let's get these lips going around there, and then the nose, we just want to kind of do a bit of definition in here, maybe a bit of definition down here. Okay, we're getting there, So now we've got that smooth skin, but we've cut some holes in this blurred layer, and if we just look at the blurred layer, it kind of looks ridiculous. We can see a bit more there that we can chop out, get some of this stuff here that I've missed. Maybe go down here a little bit as well. You'll be able to do a much better job than I have. We'll put that blurred layer back in, and then we've got the nice smooth skin, but with all the definition of the eyes and the lips and the hair that we wanted. If we click on the eyeball here and hide our blurred layer, then it takes us back to what it was before, and you can see that real difference in how the skin looks completely different to how it did previously. So that's a quick way that you can apply airbrushing to a photograph, and your phone might do this automatically, or some filters on different apps that you use might do this automatically to get that kind of very, what we call photoshopped kind of skin, that kind of really airbrushed perfect skin. So I don't agree with that. I don't think that's a good thing for us to be able to be doing to our photos, but I wanted to show you the technical skills and how it links to what we've already learned about layers. Have a go at that yourself.